Hello everyone and welcome back to that one playthrough of MMORPG Tycoon 2. I am Kyle once again, and you join us in the lovely jungliness area that is overgrown in this province that still has no name like many before. Today we're gonna continue on with some of this jungle territory that we developed in the last episode with these beautiful floating islands that create a level of mystery and awe in this province. We'll maybe not get too deep into some of the planned lore for them, but I am going to start to establish some nodes. So just to kind of elaborate on what the plan here is, last time we kind of established the overall setting, the location, the kind of feel and vibe for the area, kind of being a, floating islands, jungle. The jungle was not planned, but kind of just came to be, and I like it. I think it works. If you don't think it works, then go make your own game. The thing I really want to establish though is some nodes. So what I mean by nodes is we're going to create kind of a base of operation, so where the player is going to be stationed and staying at. So we're going to make like a little coastal kind of community here. I don't really want to call it a town because it's not too big. It might be more like this. Like in Zephyr, we built this kind of just established hub on this side of the province, and then you've got a city on the other side of the province. I won't do a city here, but I do want to have a little bit of a hub here, and we'll probably have a little bit of a hub over here as well. There might be something in this corner. I don't think there's going to be connecting pathways to these other provinces. This one right here, I know I only want the one access point, so it feels isolated, kind of to create the illusion that it's separate from a lot of these other things around it, but it's almost like desolate, and basically you don't cross this because it's just you're gonna die or something. And then here I'll probably have a connection here, maybe, definitely here, but I don't know if I want it to connect to here as well, because again I want to create some separation, some isolation. So first things first, we're gonna just jump into, come on game, there we go, thank you. Gonna go right into buildings and make sure we establish some inns. Coastal, civilized, I think. I don't think there's gonna be a lot of people here to start with, so I don't want to use the small inns that only cost 400. Those only have a capacity of what, a couple hundred, I think. Big inn is 1,000. Small inn is 200. It's not even close. So I want to use the bigger inns, not the normal sized inns, because these all hold 1,000. Okay, I'm gonna go with the coastal one just because it's made of like part of a ship. I think it fits the aesthetic of just kind of like randomly meshed together kind of community here. So let's put this over here and get it close. And I think it would be really cool to kind of get this not in the rock, but like, ooh, maybe we could go. Actually, better yet, I'll position it over here. Got an idea. We're gonna kind of mesh this together with a ruined boat, Shipwreck. Actually, before I do this, okay, instead of Mushroom Grove here, I didn't use the Mushroom Grove anywhere, I'm gonna add desert. And that shouldn't change anything. But the reason I want to add desert is it's going to give me more of a sandy beach feel here, so we can get rid of some of the grass. Just kind of make that go up into there. Yeah, now it feels like it really just settles down into some sand here. I did get rid of the rock. That's unfortunate. Okay, so we'll kind of say there's an established inn here that was built from Shipwreck. And I think it'd be cool to have most of the town here, or, the community. I want this entire community to feel like it was just totally scrapped together. I also put in network. Uplink. Put the uplink here, because this will be the central hub. these chasms are actually making it really difficult to place these because I can't put this across chasms. Things you didn't remember, Kyle. Yeah, because I had to do the same thing over here. I had to use all these special wires to get across chasms. I'm going to do that here, though. And then anything additional from a networking standpoint can flow into here, just in case it's needed. All right, that should cover the entire province, I think. And then our game master should be able to come over here and activate this, or I guess I can do it too. I'll just do that. I just want it to be in color is all. So we'll use all the coastal stuff. I think that just makes sense. I know I've kind of used them before, I think in Brightwood, but because I've mentioned it before, and I want to utilize these towers more, I feel like there should be like optimally located versions of these for vision, and that way there's at least some landmarks scattered around too. So I'd like it if I could put it up on this hill, but you know, you can't do everything, can you? I do like this watchtower though, because it looks very makeshift in a way. I guess it's pretty organized actually. Most makeshift building is probably like this thing. I put something like this somewhere around here, I guess. Maybe in the jungle somewhere for particular reasons that I have not formulated yet. I have like 1 or 2 kind of modernish looking buildings, but I really don't want this to feel put together much. I have an idea though on how I can kind of make these feel less organized as structures maybe. Yeah, I think I got an idea. So we'll play with a couple of them. All right, now we get to, yeah, I want them to feel random like that. That's good. Now we'll get to the point where we're gonna just throw stuff together. So I want to see. Okay, so I think that looks good to kind of cover up that building. We'll add some more smaller aesthetic pieces. I just kind of want to finish the bulk of like the ship sections that I want to attach everywhere else. So this, I want it to feel like it's part of this, and this was maybe like refurbished, obviously, to look the way it does. And then we'll kind of have this here and kind of be in the sand. So it's not necessarily like perfectly in line with it, but I want there to be connections, you know? I want there to feel like you see a piece somewhere and then you can tell it's like also attached somewhere else. So like this entire thing, front of the ship here, back of the ship was just kind of wood thrown back there. Maybe at some point it'll be used to make more structures like this, but for the time being, not gonna worry about it. I do want some of these to look a little more beat up though. So I kind of like these side paneling pieces. I do like how the anvil here is like an anchor. I get that. It's got the chain there. That might be something else we could play with. I would also like to play with this in a little bit. I'll save it for last, but what I'll probably do is hide a couple of extra inns inside these rocks, and then we'll kind of build this up to make it look taller. If we can do that, then create the illusion that the inn is bigger than it is. Hold up. Somebody's dead over here. Where the heck did you die? What? Oh, what in the... What? What? Where is your body? And if your body is making you come back to life over here, where in the heck is the nearest... Holy crap, where did you die? There's nothing over here that can kill you. There's a guy there. Hold on, where are you? You're moving too fast. Alright, you can pass through these. I need to put a fence in these rocks, that's for sure. But it's fine for now. It's, you know, it's in pre-alpha. Where'd he go? He's gonna come over to the road, I'm assuming. There's another guy there. Where'd he go? There he is. Okay. What? Did you guys duel? Maybe they were dueling. If you die in a duel, do you die? That's interesting. Okay, I will need to eventually make some more spawn points in here. There's a spawn point here, so if people die here, there's a spawn point there. And then there should be another one like close in town here, right? I think I did that. I used my brain. Yeah, right there. Okay, so there should be enough spawn points in there, and there should be... It's not like... Yeah, so he died in this territory. It just sucks that that's the only place. Okay, anyways, getting sidetracked. Back to the task at hand, Kyle. Back to the task... Who are you? What is what? You guys just coming over here to chill? Can I see where you're going? Enjoying the scenery, traveling. Where are you traveling to? There's nothing to do here. Oh, he's just coming to the... He's literally just coming to this piece of scenery. Because it's a landmark. That's fair, I suppose. I'm not here to judge. Except for when I'm judging. Yeah, that kind of looks like it was a really big ship. I like that. That works perfectly. For reasons. Oh, there's a couple of people sitting on the beach there now. What do you know? Yeah, because if I can put a couple of things in front of this, then it should... Then I should be able to kind of cover up some of the really built up sections of the house. Oh yeah. All right, Kyle. When you get to making the editing and whatnot for this, wait, why didn't this? Did this? This didn't get placed. I just hit cancel. I bet. You dunce. Don't hit escape, Kyle. Hit place. There you go. Okay. Yeah, I think if I, yeah, I mean that works for me. I'm okay with that. We'll put more like little things around, so it looks more cluttered because we want it to feel really cluttered. But we need to get the buildings first. And then the front of this ship, because this is obviously a bigger ship, we'll kind of use to kind of put around the graveyard here. Let's make it the same size. Give it the illusion that the ship kind of like ripped in half before it was in here. And then what we should really do is put a ton of rocks and crazy stuff out in the ocean to give it, you know, that image of like, this is a cove. We'll kind of protect it. Well, we could protect it a little bit. I think would be good. And the reason that this has not been a good shipping port for any reason is because there's too many rocks. And then, as such, there's all these shipwreck pieces that have been used to make a makeshift town. I think that works. And now this is kind of giving me, like, more ideas. Like, could we build a little wall around this? I don't know if they need a wall, because this feels isolated enough with the jungle that literally nobody of authority is going to try and get over here and try to hold it, because it's just too much. And kind of what I want to be... I want this to be a little bit of a lawless territory in a way, where both the Angari don't really care about this. It doesn't hold any geopolitical, like, benefit. So they're just kind of like over here, and they've got this massive port. Now, they could try to take it. I mean, really, you'd want the port on this side, because ultimately, from a geopolitical standpoint, maybe this southern sea is not as valuable, because the Empire's port's going to be up here. So it makes more sense for the Angari to have a port here, even though they have to go all the way around. Over here just doesn't hold as much value. Now, granted, the Empire has a port here. They might want to have something here so they get both sides of this. Almost like a Central America, Panama Canal type of situation. Now I'm really overthinking this a bit. All right, we'll contemplate it. But this should be a very hard area to hold from a military standpoint. And so as such, it's kind of just developed into its own makeshift town. Okay, we're not going to build a wall then. We don't need a wall, but I do want to have something kind of signifying an entrance here. And the really cool thing is, because these are shipwrecks and everything's so rickety, it means if things aren't perfectly lined up, it just feels aesthetically more pleasing. So create like a little entryway there. That's cool. Like, they're trying to be a community, but they've also got like diddly squat for resources, right? I would like to use some of this metal stuff, but I'm not sure I want that much metal. Need more wood. Need more wood stuff. Wood stuff is good. We're gonna have this as like a little markety thing anyways. Ooh, this actually should be, we need a flight path location. So that makes sense. Actually, even better. Let's put the flight path. What kind of cool flight paths do we have right now? Dragonfly, Wyvern. Okay, so a few things would work well with the jungle. The pterosaur maybe. Ooh, especially because the rocks are like up high. Could fit well with like just the rocks I've got here as well as the floating rocks. I don't know what kind of opinion to have. Or dragonflies. Dragonflies would work really well because of jungle. Wyverns. Not liking it. Okay, we're going with dragonflies. We're gonna keep this place kind of cool and rusticy kind of feeling. Where do I want the flight path? Maybe we just put the flight path at the ocean. Near the tavern. Let's have it swoop around. Yeah, because it'd be cool to have just the dragonflies swooping through the jungle. Although I probably should kind of pay attention where these are going. Because otherwise, we could be running into trees. Actually, I should use the spaces over the water. Because dragonflies don't probably like Venus fly traps. You know, get where I'm going there? Yeah? Oh yeah, we'll have you cut through here. Look how it bends. Wait, what the heck? Okay, we have this go here. I don't think I have any flight paths at all in Angalore. There's one there. Oh, that's what I should probably do first then. Let's actually try to bring it up there. And, oh boy. Boom. Okay, so there's one flight path. Whoa, that does some funky stuff there. Does it? It kind of cuts through the rock there, doesn't it? But that makes sense, because from a leveling standpoint, 2-3 in Eastwash, and then you've got a 4-5 option here, so. Yes, indeed. Alright, So the reason I wanted to put that there, and then I'm gonna actually let's do one more. And then we'll create like buildings around this. And by buildings, I mean, you know, destroyed shipwrecks. I don't like how there's a plank of wood in his face. Go away, plank of wood. There we go. That way the dragonflies have like their own little shelter. I don't know what dragonflies eat. I'm assuming they hunt other bugs and stuff. But maybe they just eat leaves? I don't know. Maybe they just eat leaves. Yeah. Just put some delicious dragonfly, you know, leaves back here. That works, right? Works for me. Am I blind? Where is the ivy plant? Is the ivy plant not? Is it not in the regular plants? There's that one. Oh, I guess it is. Why is that not in plants? Dear game, why is this not in plants? This should be in plants. Is that not a plant? Is that not a plant? Please explain to me in the comments if I'm an idiot and this is not a plant. Like, I don't even know what to say. To me, this is a plant, is it not? The plant. This is a plant. I'm not crazy. This is a plant. Also, would it be cool if it like grew up like that? Yeah, it should grow up like that, kind of. Not just hanging. Not just hanging. It's not limited to your concepts of gravity. It does whatever it wants. But in some cases, it'll hang. Right? That makes sense. But I think it should also kind of go up in some cases. Uppity, uppity, uppity. It's a bit organized looking. Maybe I need some of it to cross over itself. Yeah, Chrissy cross it, Kyle. Chrissy cross it. Okay, and we're back. Let's go ahead and pause real quick just to take a look at upgrading. I'm gonna add to achievements. Let's try and even out some of these lower ones. Release that. Bug fixes so far to date, 969, 970. That's a lot of bug reports. I'm gonna hire another one of these because I feel like that's staying around 20, and I feel like I want to fight it, bring it down quite a bit. Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want that. I feel like I want to add some ruins around this, make it feel a little more notable. Doesn't have to be too much though. Maybe that's a little awkward considering this looks pretty intact, but you know what? Maybe there's reasons. It's a magical tower. It can functionally, you know, be something that I don't know, does magical stuff. Let's put some of these up here. Let's line here. Yeah, I like the idea of trying to apply some verticality over there. I feel like I need more though. We need rocks. Maybe this is where I could apply some of these rocks. I'm not a huge fan of it being like inverted. Like, should it go this way or should it be more like that? Oops, I didn't really want to do that. Okay, whatever. There's one there. It exists now. It's fine. It's fine. I gotta be careful because if I go off of the zone map on this, it's gonna turn red like this because it's telling me I'm not working in the proper region. So like illegal, legal. Go like that. And maybe like these buildings were kind of built around these rocks. Yeah, I like the kind of verticality of these. What is going on? I think they're a cool coastal rock. Oh, no, you gotta go down. You're not doing the downs. Go down. That's fine. I'm not gonna argue with you too much. I'm kind of thinking maybe that if I do that, it should kind of continue that direction, but maybe these are just smoother because of rain and such, and these are worn down to the barren rock. Well, that wouldn't make sense either, because the water would smoothen it, so I'm dumb. I know. Just leave me be, okay? Let me be dumb. Let me be the dumb. Why did that change color? What in the heck? What is going on here? Region not O. Do I have to own the ocean? I don't think that's legal. Because letting me build over here because I own this region. But I don't own this region because it's the ocean. Interesting. Who knew? So where does it change? That's considered. It's also a different color. It's like it's like changing with the tone and color of the region, maybe. Because look, like more orangey brown, darky brown, or gray, orangey, gray, orangey. Interesting. Fun facts. Didn't know that was a thing. If I put this over here, yeah, it's gonna be more gray. Fascinating. Oh, isn't that just glorious? Two-toned rocks. Amazing. I don't want this to go down the whole thing, so I'm gonna kind of create like a, I don't know, like a orientation here that makes it feel like it's fun on the coast here and then disappears. Look at that. Fun on the bun. Maybe we throw some out here too, right? Because this is supposed to be like an area that's hard to bring ships into. Because I don't know if I'm gonna want to put, I don't want to have like a coastal thing here. I don't want to make ships that can go up this way or at all. Like this would not be an ideal port because of rocks and such. So we'll just kind of run with that. Maybe I should get, let's do that. Let's do that over here. I think that would work. Illegal, legal. Got it. Okay. Geometric shape rocks. I love it. They're like whatever kind of rock they're made of. It's basically like I guess it's got a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like the atoms, the way the atoms hook together to form molecules, the way they cling, kind of like ice. What's it called? It's got a name, something to do with bonds. Gosh, I don't remember anything from chemistry, that's for sure. I'm surprised I even remembered the word bonds. Only bonds I know are James's. Oh, you can go there. That's an okay spot for a rock. You can live there. There we go. That looks like... We'll add more rocks in there to make it more dangerous and stuff. Yeah, that just adds some more texture this way. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. We should add some plantaronis. Technical term is plantaronis. It's a good coastal plant, though. Not reeds, because reeds belong in like freshwater. I do like these, whatever they are. I'm a fan. They seem like something that could grow on sand, like rocky areas. They got their own vibe to them, you know. I'm down with it. I'm down with it. These are some big ass dragonflies, that's for sure. Let's just throw some stuff in here, like there's preparation table. The dragonflies we've already established eat whatever these vines are back there. That makes sense in my head. We do need a little fire. That's a little bit of a big fire. We'll put this out further, closer to the beach. That would work. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the... Where's the cooking spit? This guy. No, do not place on objects, and we'll make you a little bigger. There we go. There we go. They're cooking some meat there, and then to create like a station here. I do really like the ruggedness of this, but I don't feel like there would be metal here with the shipwrecks. Toblaze, where are you, Toblaze? Where are the Toblaze? Probably in the furniture section, Kyle. The one that looks like a chair. That would probably have, you know, the things you're looking for. Sometimes I dunce my way through this. Probably add some NPCs. I think NPCs would be good to have in here. It'll give it some more liveliness. Oh, I am playing. Good. Wasn't quite sure if I was doing that. NPCs. Just get a gnome in here. I think a gnome would be a good guy running this. Maybe a local standing by the fire over here. That works. We need some merchants. Merchants are always good. Put a merchant in here. Actually, it should be a quest giver merchant, because let's be honest, we all need more Frank Beans in our life. Frank Beans, quite frankly, is the best. Got a couple of these other ones in here. We need some trainers. There shouldn't be any guards. There should be no guards, because this is like 0 Empire control. We can have some bandits, yeah, some bandit NPCs, kind of. I think out by the tavern here. It should feel like there is a hodgepodge of different types of people here. And we need trainers. So the trainers are easy one to place or like in front of certain shops. So like we'll put the there. We'll have the wizard in front of the potion shop. Put a scallywag in front of this building. Druid maybe in front of the inn over here. The alchematechnist or whatever the heck word I made up for that. He could be over by the blacksmith. Same for paladin and the fighter. The Angari can be over by the inn as well. And then I think that's everybody, right? That should be everybody. I'm not sure if I want to have like... I'm trying to think this direction. Like, should there be... We need... You know what we need? It needs more plants. It needs... It does need palm trees. There's newer palm trees. Ooh. Oh, you can do the mass selection for palm tree. Oh yeah, that adds a little bit more character down here. I don't want too many though. I don't need too many. Can't have one out in the ocean. That makes no sense. And then we're gonna have to remove you, because that's not where palm trees grow, my friend. That's not how this works. It's not how any of this works. I should move you too, because you're probably in the flight path a little bit. So let's put you just like right there. Good. Add some shade. Ooh, I like that. That's like just enough palm trees. It creates a little bit more, yeah, a little bit more visual. I like that a lot, actually. So I feel like I need something here. Maybe there can be more, not rubble, but it's something. Oh yeah, I know. We just need like just a couple of boats, because this would make sense that there would be like boats they use for like recovery to try and bring in. Yeah, they use boats to kind of bring in all the extra debris of shipwrecks to keep building. Let's make this align to surface, and we'll flip it this way. Like they've got to kind of push them out to see when they're ready to do a recovery of some stuff. If there's a shipwreck, that makes sense, Kyle. That is a thing that I think would work. And this could be like, you know, Carl's shipwreck retrieval business. It's a thing now. Carl's shipwreck retrieval. Where's Carl? We need Carl. Who's Carl? Carl's a alchemist technic. We just make him a gnome too, I guess. But the gnomes kind of look like lumberjacks, don't they? Screw it. He's a gnome. I don't care if he looks like a lumberjack. Where's he at? Oh, actually, he doesn't look like a lumberjack. Did I change what that looked like? Who cares? He looks awesome. He's ready to do some shipwreck retrieval. He is gonna do some shipwreck retrieval. We need a broken barrel, because he's just gonna have all kinds of stuff lying around. Stuff. Yeah. He's not the most organized guy, let's be honest. He's a little distracted. We'll use that word. He's a little distracted in life, you know? A little distracted. I wouldn't know anything about being distracted. Wouldn't know a thing. Ooh, we actually need lots of ropes, because he has to use them to like tow stuff in, right? That makes sense. That makes sense, right? You following along here? You following Kyle's shenanigans? Are you doing it? There's just gonna be a little rope. And in here, we should have, what could he use for like, needs like something to be able to hook onto stuff to drag it in. He needs some chains, but is there like there needs to be a wound up chain. You could have some anchors. We could do like a really tiny version of an anchor. How small do these get? Pretty small. That's pretty good. Okay, let's go. Yeah, go. Whoop. Like this. And then we'll turn this. It's flat to there. And then we're gonna bring it up. No, that's the wrong way. Where's up? Up is the blue one, Kyle. That. And then let's go not align to surface. Place, so that way we can get another one now. Oh, it rotates that way. How silly. Let's go like this. Rotate that way. Bring it up. Bada bing, bada boom. And then this one will kind of do the same thing. Just maybe it can just be inside of it like that. That's perfect. Okay. I want this guy to have a stack of books randomly too. Mostly because, well, those are tiny books. Mostly because I think, like, not that he found the books on shipwrecks, but more so he's just like, oh yeah, I'm a really intelligent guy. Look at all my books and that I read to learn about shipwrecks and stuff. And I'm the most intelligent. I don't know. I just feel like that's a thing a guy like this would do. He's the type of person that wants to be the smartest person in the room, but everybody else knows that he's not. Carl's an interesting guy. Let's just say Carl's an interesting guy. He's a little place that he does like some cooking or something. He kind of lives here. Ooh, I should make like a little bunk in here. How could I do that? How can I bunkatize this? Like a hammock. How can I make a hammock? I've always visualized this as being a hammock, or this, like in my head, this has always been a hammock until I realized it was spider webs. Maybe Carl made a hammock out of spider webs. Don't ask me where he got them. That's not the important part. It's not the important part. What matters is... Actually, it should go across the whole thing, huh? Okay, hold on. Simple move again. Nope. Simple move, and it needs to go that way. Then we'll rotate it. Then we'll use axes lift. Whoop. And then just kind of increase the size. That's a pretty good size. Needs to go in that way. Not really a fan of how this is turning out. Okay, that's let's shrink it. Then yeah, that is kind of in there. Okay, so that's fine. And then we just want to go align to surface place, and we're gonna make another one so it's the same shape. But I will what was I? No, other button, Kyle. Flip it. Oh, that is not flipping the way I want it to flip. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Fine. Spin it that way. Like that. There we go. Okay. It's fine. It's still working. And then we just gotta take this one, back it up into there as well. This is the most, like, haphazard hammock that's ever been built, ever. It's not looking very hammocky, but maybe it was one that he found out in the ocean. I don't know. It's not working very well. What else do I got that could fix this? I got nothing on the hammock fixing capabilities. All right, that's his hammock. That's it. Just don't ask questions. Carl is a weird dude. Don't even ask me how he gets up there. He probably just, I don't know. He's got crazy vert. Okay. Yeah, but that adds some character to the coast. Like, it feels like there's something here. And then... Oh, I didn't even realize that pole was up inside there. It kind of makes it look like it's supporting it because it's, you know, got an awkward ledge. Let's fix that. This rock is too big. How small can you get? Oh, pretty small. Look at that. That's cool. Now let's just say, like, there's some foundational rocks here. Also, gosh, how do I do the thing? I need to go like this and then shrink it. No, it's the opposite, Kyle. You got to go small then big. But I need this to be small is the problem. All right. Well, you can kind of be on like rock stilts. Rock stilts will be the answer to this. We still need somewhere to get up here. How silly. Silly indeed. Tables, Kyle. Tables is how you usually do stairs. Find the flippin' tables. Alright, that looks a little haphazard, and that's fine. These are not expert builders. They're taking scraps to do things, okay? Like, you gotta bear with them a little bit. All right, let's put a couple of guards out this way, because while this is kind of a guardy tower, like, it's a guardy tower, you know? Oh, game is saving, hold on. I mean, what could really make this place a lot more, like, makeshift? We could have a topazosaur. There should be a topazosaur. Maybe there's a friendly neighborhood kobold. That's what we need. Oh, but he should be a quest giver. A quest giver kobold. No, that's a trainer. Quest giver kobold. I like the idea of a quest giver kobold. And he's hanging out at the back of the tavern here. He's just kind of like, yo, what's up, my dude? Why can't I put you there? There we go. Okay. And then I just like the idea of there being random people here. You know? I like it. Another there should be an Angari, like some Angari that just, you know, I don't use the word defected, but like, yeah, kind of defected, you know? They could be guards. I think that'd be good. Did I put on trainers, did I not put I don't think I put a warlock anywhere. Warlock should kind of go over by the potion shop. I put a warlock guard maybe over here too. Okay, so I just want there to be some character in that sense of it, right? I really like this so far. This is... Like, Brightwood was way more organized as a beach town. This is definitely way more, like, remote, right? Does it feel remote? Tell me in the comments. Tell me your opinion. I don't want to just make beach towns for the end of eternity, because we got Big Port, we've got Beach Town Port. Like, let's be honest, I created two, like, in-covey type things right next to each other. I think I have an obsession with beach towns. I don't live in a beach town. I don't even like the beach. Sand always gets everywhere, and it's... I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. We need a alchematechnus, not an elementalist. Use words, Kyle. Use the correct words. It helps for people to understand what you're trying to say. I am such a dunce sometimes. Let's put a bandit over here. This guy, these could be like the workers that help out this guy. Actually, he should be a quest giver. So, he was just a gnome? Yeah, gnome quest giver. Okay, I like how this has become established. This feels good. We need something on this rock face here, but that's a totally different thing. Yeah, probably need rocks over there. Think about them. Ooh, and they could kind of merge over to here, and maybe it's similar to these, because these are similar rocks in terms of, you know, what are these? Are these hexagons? I think those are hexagons. Make myself look like an idiot because I don't know shapes. Okay, something else I want to do. I don't know what you want to do. I'm not speaking for you. That's not the point of this. What kind of makeshift? This is about the closest thing to a makeshift tower. The weird tower too, because there's no windows on it for like defense purposes. Yeah, anyways, let's go like this. I know in the past, I usually try to add in buildings later, but I would like something to kind of start off. I just realized these are the worn down house buildings. They're not worn down, but like destroyed. I have one of those. That feels right. I don't know. I could put some vines on it to make it feel more at home. All right, I'm gonna play around with a couple of different buildings here because I don't know what style I really want, but I need something that's gonna kind of be right here at the foot of this. I'm gonna place a couple just to see aesthetically what is pleasing my brain here. Yeah. I think I'm actually gonna go with the rusty metal kind of one that I was gonna use. Well, I'm still gonna use for like parts of our future gnome city, wherever that ends up being. But yeah, I think this could be a good start because I want the gnomes to be like more or less the ones not running this venture of whatever mining operation is going on here. I mean, they kind of are, but they brought maybe some stuff in to do their own building. I don't want this to be too big. Doesn't. I also don't know what kind of structures come off of this. It's really cool looking. I like this building style. It's pretty cool. Now the question is, what do I have? There's not really windows, it looks like. Oh, I really like, yeah, this stuff is cool. Look at that. This might be the best building type there is. I'm not gonna make very many in this region, but this is sick. Like right up my alley as far as like weird, interesting things. Actually, let's go out here. And oh, I love that on the bottom. That is cool. What the heck? It's like looks like a support and everything. Actually, I bet it is a support because I know all the other buildings have like some kind of structure underneath. So I bet that's normal, huh? Yeah, that's normal. Okay. No worries. Yeah, once I'm coming out there, and then I'm gonna put like a little bridge across here for the mining that they're doing on here. I just don't know. Can't really make a door or anything there, huh? No windows. It's all gear functions. Kind of problematic, I guess. If I go further, it's burrowing this into the ground a little bit, but that's fine. Here, let's go like that. Then I'll move it. Ooh, yeah, we'll just kind of move it in closer. That'll change the ground. That's fine. Because I have an idea for this a little bit. I'm going to make another one. Line up with this one a little bit so we get somewhat of a lineup. Yeah, because then we can get layers to this. We'll get rid of that one. Only, so that I can move this, because if I move this over, and I get it kind of about a square away, or what I think is a square away, then when I add that piece back in, I'm hoping, find out if these end up adding together fairly well. Yeah, that's functionally, I like that. Actually, this one, I don't even really need the building down here. Ooh, I like that better, actually. That's pretty cool. Okay, we'll go like that. And as far as doors, so these doors, yeah, those are doors. So we'll get rid of those. Let's put a door here. Don't really like how that's submerged. What does a door look like there? Looks even worse. Okay. Oh. Yeah, those look pretty bad. What should it look like? Okay, what is the door supposed to look like? That's fine. Maybe there's just that one entrance there. That'll do, because then you're kind of like walking over from here anyways, potentially. We can add a couple of pathways here. Let's do because I'm inside of that building square, huh? We'll just go like this. That'll do. Now the real question is, ooh, now I'm thinking about going up. Do I want more verticality here? I don't know if I want more verticality. Like, do I want this trying to go up to the top here? My brain says no, because it would make sense because these things are floating. Rather than starting on a mountain type and mining and kind of mining downward into the mountain, because these are floating, you would in theory mine from the bottom, like they are, and mine up as you needed more access to stuff. So I think in my head, this works. Let's see what else we can do as far as like shapes and stuff on the outside here though. Yeah, like these things are cool. It's like a support almost. It's kind of changing the shape of like the rooftops a little bit too. It kind of randomizes it more, but that's fine, I feel like. It's really, I want it to really look like it's barely put together. I don't like how these are all identical. Let's mix this up a bit. Oh, I like that with the gear. As soon as I put something else there, it can kind of mess it up. Oh, that's good. That's good right there. These two should be a little different though. Yeah, that's... I kind of like the gears here because it's almost like whatever mining they're doing here. Maybe there's a conveyor belt on the inside that's pulling stuff in, and this is like an entire assembly line going down in the interior of this that is processing whatever they're mining. Well, I know what they're mining. They're mining more stones, sky stones specifically, which I know I haven't talked about sky stones maybe in recordings, but maybe you person who's listening to this right now, if you don't know what a sky stone is, you should go read the lore comments in previous videos, specifically the previous one to this. And perhaps there will be more lore in the comments down below that you yourself should go ask more questions about. Okay, this looks pretty good. I like this. It's very busy, and that's what I want with this type of building structure. It's very pleasing, very pleasing. Because again, everything over here is scrapped for the most part. Why wouldn't this be scrapped, right? Or at least the gnomes who came here. They brought metallic stuff with them to do their mining. Who knows? We could make a market stall over here too. I think that would be cool. Might be a good use of some of this space. Construction. Okay, if I put them outside, let's put a quest giver in here too, actually. Boop. Oh no, that's a trainer. That's fine. You can have a trainer there. I don't care. Okay, let's do you, and then guard-wise, we're also going to add some regular gnomes. Worker gnomes, you know, doing some working stuff. Obstruction. Oh, it's probably obstructed because I can't put them inside the crevasse, the chasm. Or as some people get irritated when I say the chasm. It's not because I can't pronounce it. It's because I just don't like you. Can't put anybody in here. I don't like that. I don't like that game. I want to be able to put my person in there. Turn this on, shall we? Okay, Now, for now, I think I'm gonna leave this as is. I want more stuff maybe on the outside of this, but honestly, I'm just upset that I can't put people in there. I'm also upset I can't put people on top of stuff. Like, I would love verticality in the game where I could put a person up here that you could climb up to, but obviously that's not gonna happen anytime soon. Although I have heard rumors that bridges are potentially coming to the game. Why is this flying through the rock? I thought when I built that it wasn't flying through the rock. Now I'm really upset. Over here, yeah, it's like flying over the trees. Before it was flying through the trees. It's like my pathways got changed. What the hizek is going on? To redo that at some point. That's upsetting. Okay, last thing before, call it quits for the day. I want a monster zone. However, to appease the masses and myself to some extent, because I'm just getting bored with the same monsters because it's been the same monsters. Oh wait, I know there's something I need to do. I don't want the harvester monsters. Before we get to the monster, we're gonna make some new monsters for this area. That's for sure. I wanted some guard harvesters because they are helping with the. Oh, I can put them down here. They are helping with the mining efforts. And I think the gnomes would have them and they'd be using them for mining purposes. So we'll put a couple of them there. Oh, that's cool. It's like big beefy guards in a way. And they can just be, I mean, technically they're the harvesters in another region, but they could be like mining bots or just multi-purpose bots for the most part. So that's cool. I like that. Maybe we could put some over here that they could fight or something. But okay, what was I looking for? Combat monsters? Yes, we need unlock new monster, not Robo-Dog. Although that says Red Necromancer, so I have so many questions now. Prefabs. No, that's not what I want. What, where is the this one? Presets. Thanks. That's what I was looking for, game. I'm just dumb apparently. Oh, there's hermit crabs. That would be a cool beachy thing to have. But there's kind of a town there on the beach, so to me it doesn't make sense that the hermit crabs would be infesting the town. But there's definitely some crab boss. Oh, that's it. I'm making a dungeon. I'm making a dungeon at some points with a giant crab boss, and it in this region would be cool. Giant frogs of death would be cool too. That'd be a cool thing to have in the jungle. I want something that will work in the jungle, but will also work on the open fields. Not goblins, goats, creepy mushroom people. Those can exist somewhere else at some point. What is this? Roly-poly. Ooh, iguanas. Praying manti. Octopi monsters. Now I'm looking for... I'm gonna know it when I see it. This is a dinosaur. I do like the idea of dinosaur. I thought there was like a smaller raptor. Or is that what I'm thinking of? Because I know there's lots of dinosaurs. Sharky boy. Oh, what the heck? Okay. That must be it then. That's the only... It makes sense. They wouldn't have more than one dinosaur. So. But I want like different kinds of dinosaurs. So we'll start with this. We're going to start with this. I don't like the head though. What if the... Oh, that's not going to work. That's a shark head. That's not going to work. Rhinoceros head on a dinosaur. That'd be pretty cool. But that's not what I'm thinking. That's cool. But we're not going to do that either. This one, is this the... Let's see, iguana head. Iguana head might work actually, because I don't want the full-fledged dinosaur head. Where's the dragon head? Is this the dragon head? I think that's the dragon head. Gorilla dino. Yeah, I think this is the dragon head, which might be one option. But the iguana head I think would be cool to some extent, because look, he's got like fins and stuff, right? What if we took, what is the, I have no idea what the torso for the iguana looks like. It's not that one. That's like the, oh, definitely not that. That's like mushroom person. Oh, it's that one. I bet it's that one. But the iguana is a quadruped, and this is a bipedal structure as far as the stance. Yeah, it's humanoid versus quadruped. So yeah, that one doesn't really work. So that's why the dinosaur one, not that one, that's a skeleton. This one, that's why the dinosaur one is better. But the color schemes, I mean, well, obviously the color scheme is going to be consistent anyways, but this makes sense. So yes, let's apply this for now, because what I want to do, that's staring at the sky. What I want to do is just put one on the ground. So let's do an elite one. How big is an elite one? Let's see. An elite one is pretty big. I'd like him to be slightly bigger. What is a normal sized one? Boop. How do I turn this on? Can I turn this on, or do I have to wait for... Why is there nothing here? Service. Spawn now. Apply. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Oh, they're so cute. Look at them. Oh, I'm so happy about this now. I'm so happy. Okay, how big is that compared to like a typical player character size? So let's grab Paladin because I think they're on the taller side. Okay, I want them to be just slightly bigger in terms of height, or about the same size as some of these player characters. Because the Druid I think is tall. Yeah, so is a Scallywag. And so is you. You're a little shorter, you're definitely shorter, and you are definitely shorter. So yeah, let's go a little bit bigger with them. Yeah, so let's go, if we go, oh gosh, if I go into here and change bone size, yeah, it makes the whole thing bigger. Good. So we'll go up a little bit and apply that. And then as far as the head goes, let's fix this a little bit. And then we're gonna go back. Yeah, just back slightly, and then we're gonna go down slightly. So it's right in that pocket on the body there. Bring this back a little bit. Perfect. All right, so how does that look now? Is the head too big now? No, I think the head's okay. Oh, they are so cute. I like the iguana head on there. That just seems so much more like playful, but still like this is a monster that you gotta take seriously, and that's what I want. I will change the colors, I think, but first, unless green, I mean, green's pretty cool. Let's kind of flesh this out a bunch. I want like a lot of fun area to take on some monsters. There should be lots of just kind of grinding, fun farming area here. I don't know what level these are. These are level 4s. I hate how I still can't rotate the camera while I've got that on. That's a lot of little iguano dinos, quite a bit actually. And because we've got such big regions, what I will do is I will make them light. How does that look? That's still a lot, minimal. That's better. Okay, now you got the open fields. I think I am gonna pull these back a little bit. And the pathways, like this shouldn't be right there. Right, like they've got these well defended, so we can actually throw in a guard. We'll put a harvester guard out here as if he's like defending the territory around the mining operation. And then not normal guards, but we'll put some like guys out here that are just kind of patrolling of sorts, making sure that the road is safe at least up to a certain point. And then once you get past the crossroads, you're on your own, buddy. I also think. So you'll be entering from, gosh, I don't even remember what does our levels look like? 6, 7? Oh, so it'd be 2, 3, 4, 5. So you'd go from here into Angalore. If you're going to be going into Angalore, this should be a 5 zone here. Okay, so if you're coming through Eastwash into here and then into Angalore, before you get into Angalore, this should be a level 5. So let's do that. This one, we'll make it 5 also. And I kind of just like the idea of this stretching over the path and around here. I'll have some other stuff because I want to have some kind of fun specific monsters potentially in the jungle area. It'll probably be one more, so this region will have definitely at least 2 unique new monsters. And then these little lizard iguana raptor type guys, I'll take them further down south too, because they're kind of like, in my mind, they're like the warmer weather reptilian type of monster, and I'm kind of thinking all of this area down here is going to get progressively warmer, but like more humid. So not necessarily desert. Desert was up here just because there's like low precipitation, we're going to call it, within this central zone. I know I'm getting a little crazy with the whole climate here, but yeah, down here I'm thinking like some of these will be very wet. I'm using my hands right now and I'm realizing nobody can see me moving my hands, so I'll move the mouse, Kyle. Move the mouse. There we go. Sometimes I'm a dumb. Okay. But yeah, this area looks like it's got a lot more life now, which is exactly what I wanted. Let's really quick, before we are done, before we finish, before. Oh, I haven't even looked at abilities. And this should be relatively simple. have a basic attack that's like a scratchy claw stuff is at the top, right? Yeah. That's a very weird looking finger, I guess, but that's where we're going to. All right, there we go. Claw. This could be, yeah, base damage. Base damage 1 is fine. It's gonna have no cost, so let's put a little bit of a cooldown on it. By this point in the game, let's see, level 4 or 5, we should have most of our players either having one scaled up a little decent amount of damage, so wizards, elementalists rather, should be able to deal enough damage to take these guys out, and then anybody who's tanky is going to be defensive enough. So yeah, I can make these guys relatively difficult. Did I not save that? You have to hit the apply button. Sometimes I hate myself. I don't hate myself. Don't take that out of context. Okay, that's fine. Apply, make sure it's saved. Dumb idiot Kyle. Ooh, I like the scaly image. Beatdown is a terrible thing. We'll just call scale armor. This, I mean, I could just make them relatively tanky, but this should just be like, I want this to feel like a passive ability almost. So, not damage. It should be a protect of, I'm gonna say 50%. 10 seconds. But we'll make it like ooh, let's go 10 seconds, but then 10 seconds cooldown, but it lasts 6 seconds. I think that's fine. So there's a little window of make it less. 5 seconds. They've just got some tankiness to them too. Did I apply that? Did I? I applied it. It's okay. Let me just make sure. Melee range. Self only. There we go. Single target. There we go. Oh, one more thing, and I'm just gonna give them a little bit of CC. So these guys are tanky and have some CC. We won't give them tons of damage though, even though they kind of look vicious, like they should have tons of damage. We're gonna go 5-second cooldown, slow, 4-second slow. Make this take rage. Do they have rage? I think they have. 2 rage, apply. Melee range, missile range. I'm not very creative, so this is just gonna be tongue strike. Available from level 2. Yeah, that's fine. Right, so they like stick their tongue out like they would attack like insects to eat and stuff. They just go and they slow you. Actually, it could be like kind of a root. Could we do a root? Maybe a root would be better. Yeah, let's do a root. Root in place. There we go. 4-second root in place. We need an image that is tonguey. I cannot for the life of me find something that looks like it even resembles a tongue. What the heck? Or like a mouth? Or something? I mean, that looks like teeth. These are like magical, wispy, like elementally type things, I feel like. Maybe I'm just too picky. I don't know. This one's got a mouth right there, but that's teethy maw. All right, I found a frog picture. Frogs have tongues. That gets the message across, right? I hope. I'm also thinking maybe there should be, I'm gonna make one more. I'm gonna look for the image first, just to see if it's even like remotely something in my mind that could make sense. Okay, I'm using this armored helmet because it looks like maybe there's something around it, not for protection, like a sound wave. I'm thinking like sound wave. We're gonna call this death screech. And it's not gonna do damage. We're just gonna give it a weaken. So this enemy, and this is gonna be, the other thing I want to do is this is gonna be available level 5. So we'll have level 4 versions and level 5 versions of this monster in this zone. The level 4 ones won't be able to do death screech because this is gonna give a weaken. So they the level 5 ones will be able to deal a little bit more damage because they'll be able to weaken your character. I think that's good, yeah. Single target, no, we'll do large area. Yeah, that would be in the butt. And it's gonna, yeah, 30%. So realistically, these guys don't do hardly any damage. They have a slow, or a root in place, sorry. They can make themselves tankier, and then they'll use the screech to try and do more damage. I guess I could make the claw, like, let's ramp this up a little bit. Ooh, not that much, not that much. 2 is fine. Because then at level 4, that's going to be 6.8. Okay, and then level 5, 10.1. That's fine. So what did I say? 6.8, 10.1. And then our characters, classes, like let's say the weakest one from a tankiness perspective. You have 8 health. How much health? I wish I could see how much health they have at each level. I need to find some leveled up. So are there any... Level 4 ones might be over here. I don't know if there's any players in here. I know, well, there should be, but where they are located, I do not currently know. Who dis? All right, let's see. We got an Angari here who is... Oh, that's a guard, Kyle. I was like, who in the heck is level 14? It's a guard, Kyle. It's a guard. Calm down. Okay, level 4 fighter of Zephyr, 45 health. Okay, so 45 health at level 4. That means you guys will do no damage to them. That is unacceptable. Maybe I should give them more damage. Yeah, no, get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Because what's your base health? Your base health is 13. Your base health is 8. You're 17, 10, 12, 12, 14, and 12. So at 13, he's kind of in the middle-ish. I guess he's a little higher than some, because the Rangers, the Alchemitechnus, the Ashman Druids are all lower. You're higher, you're lower. So he's in the middle. And at 45 at level 4, 45 health at level 4 means that at level 4, these guys, don't click on the actual thing, Kyle. Click on the actual thing to change it. Let's make these guys tankier too then. You don't need mana because you don't use it. Rage is fine, base speed, make them quick. Make these guys just, you ain't getting away from them. They got the speeds and a not a stun. Root in place. That'd be annoying. Yeah, this is now an annoying character. Oh, you shouldn't be called this either. I don't know what to call them. Racers is kind of like, because I did want them to be fast, streamlined, and kind of like cool. Like they live out in the open plains like this, so they would run fast, kind of like a reptilian version of the ostrich, or I guess. I just don't have a better name for them. I'll think of something. This will probably get changed. Okay, but then in terms of the ability, yeah, so I think if at rank 4, this does 6.8 damage, is I guess, should I just give him the ability to do it more frequently? You guys have 50.5 health, 68 health. Ooh, 68 health at level 5. I don't know, they can have that much health. That's not that bad. Maybe a little low. Yeah, 11 right there. So that takes them to 58 change at level 5. Okay, so rank 4, 6.8 damage, 7 damage on a 45 health character like the fighter that we just saw. That's like 20% of their health almost on one hit. That's probably fair, right? I think that's fair. Okay, that's fine. It's not broken. I think, maybe. Oh. No, Kyle, why'd you click out of it? We still need to, I wanted to change the color. Actually, do I want to change the color? Do I? Because if we look at it through this view, they're kinda camouflaged. Not really, but like, you know. Maybe they got yellow and stuff because they try to blend in with flowers, even though these flowers are white. I don't know. Yeah, that works better. I was gonna make them like red, but then there'd be like a heavy contrast. So yeah, I think this works. Okay. I think we've got some progress going here now. So we've got Beachy Cove Town made of scrap. We've got little mining operation we're kicking off here. That'll be the mining operation for getting the sky stones out of these floating islands. And then there's some places for people to do some grinding. We'll elaborate on the quests. We'll kind of build out quests as we go through the region. But yeah, now we've got kind of, I'd say probably a good 25 to 30% of the region, 25% of the region kind of facilitated. The middle of the area here, a lot of the jungle, we're going to put in just more mobs to play with. I'm going to put something in the corner here that'll have some quest attachments. Probably somewhere, actually, yeah, probably around in that corner is probably close to where we'll put the dungeon that I want to apply here. And I think, yeah, we'll put some mobs out here too, but this area might be a little more empty as they kind of come into this region, but we'll definitely have some quests that kind of get them moving into this portion and then eventually over here. But if I break this down, if this is a level 4 or 5 zone, level 4 is going to be more on this half as you enter from Eastwash and or Zephyr. Because Zephyr is level 4 too, so technically you could go between the two, I guess. Which I might do. It's not a bad idea just to have quests that kind of interlock between the two regions, because this side of Zephyr is actually pretty empty if you exclude just this kobold civil war that's going on. And I'll probably, well, the kobolds are going to definitely be like through this area as well, but and into this region as part of the plan. But anyways, we'll have some level 4 stuff maybe transfer between these two. That'd be kind of cool. And then predominantly level 5 on this half because we want them to be level 5 here, and then they'll transition into Angalore, right? Yeah, 4, 5, and then 6, 7, and then ooh man, 7, 8. Or do I want this 7, 8, 8, 9? Yeah, I think the crossover is kind of necessary. 9, 10, and then 10, 11. And then realistically, what's going to happen is these are connected. So you could take the 10, 11 and just kind of walk your way back up here. You could take flight paths and stuff that will connect and you could get to the capital city. But I think from here, there'll be like a ship that takes you over to this region. And I kind of want this to be secluded maybe to some extent, so that it feels like the only way you can get to it is by ship, and then you can go from the 12 to the 13. So there's just a direct path up here. And then from here, we've already got a connection. Do I have a connection? Yeah, I've got a connection here into the capital again as well. So yeah, I'm gonna work it that way. I think that's a good approach. But yeah, I would say that this is looking fun. It's looking interesting. I want it to feel like you want to engage and explore with the area a little bit in this region, more so than just like be just purely directed by quests. I want it to feel like you're more inclined to go just grind, and there's cool things to look at, cool features and stuff in terms of the, I guess, culture or the aesthetic of the way people live here. So, but yeah, until next time, I'm Kyle. This has been that one playthrough of MMORPG Tycoon 2, and I hope to see you in the next episode where we'll elaborate more on getting into the jungle and what's going on more with the sky stones here in this current region. But until then, I'll see ya. Have a wonderful day. And if you enjoyed this video, we'd love it if you leave a like. It really supports the channel. If you'd like to see more from us here at That One Playthrough, go ahead and subscribe. We'd love to have you along for the journey. And if you didn't know, we do have a little Patreon. If you'd like to join the Patreon and be like one of these many supporters you see on screen here today, there's a link in the description down below. Until next time, have a wonderful day.